Everyone else that says it's hard when you travel, it's not true. I'm telling you right now, you are part of the elite, those people that know how to travel and eat well. I help a lot of people that do travel to keep their routine going. And this is as easy as it gets. This is it. This is the plate that you'll be eating off or measuring every time you go out. So when we travel, we usually eat plain food. We maybe order a smoothie. We maybe have, hotel breakfasts, or we go out to a restaurant or takeaway, whatever it is. It's always going to be the complete nutrition method and VCP. So vegetables, carbs, protein, but as natural as possible. So if it's McDonald's, it's a write-off. Don't worry about this. As natural as possible. So that would be more like a Subway, I guess. But the most natural would be if you went out to a restaurant and they were like an Italian cuisine, or you went to Japanese and you ordered a nigiri. So you must always focus on fueling your body, because remember, when you fuel your body, you are keeping your routine, you're keeping your nutrition. It won't phase you if you go overseas, if you go to restaurants, you always have the same rules. A complete nutrition meal 3 times a day. If you are craving something, it's because you're hungry or thirsty and you need to have natural snacks, and then you need a completely nutrition meal. Plain, there is always going to be chicken or fish, sir, madame. So, you choose what you want, but when they do ask you if you want ice cream or they pass you on a muffin, you say no thank you. And honestly, you will get to this point where it's just gross. Like, you look at the muffin, you look in the ingredients, or you just look at it and you know it's gross. You're gonna have an acquired taste for these things. You'll taste the off fats in there, like those, canola oils, and it would just taste really artificial and it'll make you feel sick. So if you do have that ice cream, nuts and things like that, like, I get it, like, you just need to eat what you're given. But just do your best to have a complete nutrition meal, and then anything extra, you don't need it. You just need water, tea, coffee. If you do have a wine, remember, try and not to drink, but if you do, try not to have ice cream and all the rest of it. And then even if you do, just make sure when you get to your next state that you have a really super clean breakfast or meal that's vegetable, carbs, and protein. So that might look like eggs, so that's protein, carb being like sourdough bread, like 1 slice, as you can see, that would fit there, and vegetables. So vegetables, remember, that is always non-starchy veg. So capsicum, mushrooms, zucchini, spinach, kales. So always aim for the middle of a plate, maybe slightly out if you're super hungry, but 1 serve of that. If you always measure, like even a stir fry, which is like veg and protein, that should fit like that much of a plate just there, right? And then that's how much rice. So it's like 3/4 of a cup of rice, brown rice, cup of rice. The carb is like carrots, pumpkin, peas, corn, that sort of thing. So, you can choose brown rice. You still need energy, but you just need to be as natural as possible. So when you are going out doing takeaway, it's super important that you have really good decisions. So everyone else is going to go for McDonald's. You're like, gross, I do not want that. And there's always options. Like, they can get the McDonald's, but I mean, please, like, every now and then, but not like, it should be like once every 3 months if you had to, or once a year. Do you know what I mean? Like, my son will crave it. Like, I'll get him a very small chips. I'll be like, ew, like, but yeah, I just always try and cook for him chips and avoid McDonald's or outside chips, because we know they have MSG and lots of vegetable fat, which is inflammatory. So whenever you're out, salad and protein sounds great, but make sure there's some carb, like whether it's pumpkin, whether it's wild rice, brown rice, bread, so a salad, sandwich, but with some protein. Make sure you don't exclude any of these macros. So that macros are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. You want good fats. You want virgin olive oil based. So if you do go out to restaurants, choose Mediterranean, choose Italian. As natural as possible in terms of the restaurant. So if they cook their own meals and they make from scratch all of their sauces, that's great. That's like a home cooked meal. And then they serve it on the plate and eye out how much carb, if it's a risotto, obviously with protein, it might have, they're not usually that generous in serves, depends where you go, but, they might fill that plate up and you eat so slowly, so mindfully, it would be just enough, just that one plate. Always add salad to your dishes. So a rocket salad, a Greek salad, just as leafy and green broccolini. If you don't like salads, do vegetables. Just always, if you have a pizza, always add a salad, because then all of a sudden the pizza shifts to the side and then you got vegetables there. So if you can, you get a plate, if you had pizza, for example, and you put like 1-2 slices there and salad, and you look at it and you'd be like, wow, that's a lot of food. And it is. And, don't always have that luxury of sitting down, but hopefully you could get into a habit of sitting down and eating a meal every time, because remember, when you're sitting down eating a meal, it's being mindful and you're enjoying the cuisine, you're enjoying the moment. It can be a real blessing to travel and eat by yourself or with others in this style. So make sure that you're hydrated on the plane and throughout the trip. So that's drinking a lot of mineral water, sparkling water, green tea, and you could take your own spirulina and supplements. It's important to keep your routine going, so you can always just double check, but I'm pretty sure you can bring your own supplements. So that would, spirulina is very detoxing, as we know, it gives you lots of energy, because you will feel jet lagged, you will dehydrate. A lot of models will have spirulina. Elle Macpherson has her spirulina, of course, which does have additives, so I wouldn't use hers, but I would just an Australian spirulina, or the ones in supermarkets where there's no additives, no sweeteners, and it can have other greens and things like that, herbs in there, as long as it's something you can drink and it's easy to carry. Keep it out of the sun and have that once or twice a day, like drink, put that in your water bottle, hydrate, nourish. Okay, so 3 meals a day, keep going. You find a smoothie, or you find a lunch and dinner that has completely nutrition meals. So you know what a completely nutrition meal looks like: vegetables, carbs, and protein. If it's not vegetables, it's low sugar fruit, semi-ripe bananas, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, green apple, grapefruits. We love the more bitter varieties because we don't need that much sugar. We love the antioxidant value. Sugar can, even from fruit, can affect our gut, especially if we're traveling, and we want to really keep the vegetables high, because this is really, really thriving for our gut health, right? Remember, when we have good gut health, we know that we are absorbing nutrition better, we're less bloated. Obviously, the weight comes off over time, feeling so much better for it. So it's really about setting your beliefs into, you make good choices. There's no such thing as stuffing up. It's all about balance. When you do stuff up or something doesn't go your way, the next meal is super clean, and you always you take that time to look and demand for juice that has the greens in there, and grapefruit and berries. Haven't had vegetables for a while and you feel like you need to cleanse. Listen to your body. Your body should be at this point where it craves vegetables for its tummy and low sugar fruit. It craves that, like that bit of beauty nutrition juice. Okay, so you need vegetables, you need salads. Look for them, add them to your bill like it is a super good investment to eat well like this, okay? And you will not regret it. Okay, you can't go wrong, because you are constantly thinking of vegetables, carbs, and protein. meals of veg that you won't eat too much of this and you will get results. Like, yeah, your body won't have too much carbs, or won't have too much protein, but it is important that you do have protein at least 3 times a day. Always look for good quality protein foods like salmons, deep sea salmon, like a sashimi. If you're not into salmons, could do calamari. If you're not into any fish, you should be looking at a fish supplement, or at least, omega-3 nuts, like walnuts and that sort of thing. Obviously, you've got your turkey, you've got your lean meat. There's nothing wrong with having some butter here and there, extra virgin olive oil. Enjoy your meats, and if you're into tofu instead, or beans, legumes, just an eggs, eat my friends, but make sure you are nourished. Nourishment is number 1, and hydration number 2. Good choices number 3. There's no other secrets to it. You don't need a personal chef. You just need to make right choices. Okay, you have personal chefs when you go out at the restaurant, when you go for takeaway, okay? And you have your mindset now, you know that if you do stuff up, you do have a complete nutrition meal the next time. And it's always just about balance. So there you have it, ladies. You are going to be just fine, okay? And I'm going to do another video for you that talks about when you go for events. So you are always feeling confident and in control of your nutrition and fitness. Well done.